I just want to do something really quick, so I thought I'd start this out by giving you a look at what I found. Okay, so let me keep the music short. It's a little loud. Wow. I must be, I don't know how loud that was for you, but I just turned it off. Because I just want to give you a quick update. So what I did was I created a project called Canal to the Richat, and I have a lot of stuff here that I'm not showing you yet. But as you can see, that red line right there, and there is a little parallel canal right there. So like there may have been a major part of it right here. Now let me explain what we're looking at here. You can see it, but when I put it into the scene and I have to choose, where are we? What are these? Oh, here's one. Where's it going? Where'd it go? There it is at the bottom. Okay, so there you go. And I can change the color and make it a little more prominent, but I didn't want to make it too bright. But you can see the ridges almost meet together here. Now, if you know me, and let me just double check and make sure we have a broadcast going. I'm trying to keep this under 15-20 minutes. I'm not interested in doing a 90-minute broadcast right now. Where are we here with the live stream, though? Let me just double check and see. So these little projects, I've got 3 of them. That's not this one. Let's go back. Where's the live streams? Content. Live. Sorry. And I'm getting close to the point where I'm going to be just abandoning this style altogether because of a couple reasons. I'm finding this out that things like thumbnails are getting replaced. All right, let's listen. Okay, good. So there we go. So I don't have any chatters, and I don't really care about that. I'm not even going to look right now. I'm just going to look at the OBS and make sure it's kind of red, so I better hurry up and say what I'm going to say. So that blue line right there are the 2 ridges that I've been looking at for a long time now. And if you go in there, you can see some other things about it. But, you know, let me just show you what I'm talking about using the topographic map. And then I'll show you the canal one more time in the extra areas that I've designated. I mean, immediately I've got people who are saying, oh yeah, we don't really know, and I don't think it's a canal, and you know, I'm not so sure about that. Where's the map? What's going on here? Let's try this again. Okay, I feel like I'm a little close. Let me back out. I'm a little bit closed in, 150%, but we're going to get out of San Francisco. What's that? What is this right here? 2 little islands? I never really, I didn't know about those 2 islands. Interesting that they're right there. I think they might not be real islands. Maybe they're artificial. You know, the person that asked for that is I Am Kairos. That dude is right there, walking through right now, taking videos, and quite impressive what he finds and what he shows and what we've talked about, because I've spoken with him. All right, sorry about the delay. Let's get in here and I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as ridges go. See, you can see them already. One is there and one is here, and if you notice, it kind of you can see the green there, so it's actually kind of lower, like it turns into a river or something, but they do come together. So I kind of just put them together in one line, but to be honest, we'd have to study more about what happened right there to find those ridges, but you can really clearly see they're higher. Am I doing this wrong? Okay, let me just show you. The ridge that's over here is the highest one right there. Let me just lower that down. And this ridge is right there at the top of the Adrar Plateau. It's just as high as the highest point that I've talked about so much. And then we have this other one over here. So the question is oh yeah, all right, I see what I'm doing wrong. I think there's another, let's go back to my thing. So there is another ridge. That's it. That's the ridge. Am I wrong? Let me make sure, because I want to be clear. This blue line here represents this. Let me get in there. Let's get the map going. So where are we here? See, that's that little squiggly line there, and that's it. That's the ridge. Now this side, it only goes out to about here, and then it turns into what looks like it could have been a river. Honestly, it really looks like a river right there. So we got two of those. One's over here, and one's over here. And I don't really care about over here right now for my presentation right now. So, but I do want to say that those things represent very, very large obstacles. So the river has to cross it. It crosses this one quite clearly. But and over here, if you look at it up close, and there's a lot of ways to look at it, you've got these 2 points that cross over there. I didn't really see anything from, I mean, you can barely see it, but if you zoom in, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Let me just find it. Okay, I think right there is where you can really see the ending of it. Maybe I should make a mark about the end. Maybe I should stop using this blue line. Where's the blue line? I actually wanted to keep those brown. Let's recolor them brown. Ridges. I call this ridges, and there they are, brown. Okay, so the brown part, maybe I need to just delete it for now, because I'm going to show you over here where it crosses. I'm going to show you over here anyways, and I really don't want to talk about this because I didn't really do my due diligence. I followed what I could. I think I found some stuff over here that made me, I did this last night, so let's get rid of it for now. Let's make it invisible and get rid of it. Now, let me just put everything. Now, the canal up to the sand is there. It also has a little parallel canal that's right here. Wait a minute. Let me just make everything visible, and I'll just point it out as I see it, because Tenamore crater, all the craters. Wait, did I? Oh, I see what I did. I made those. Let's turn that back. Let's just do that. And then projection line is here. Now the projection line is purple, and this is a projection line trying to figure out where it could go. And as you can see here, there's some problems because it really needs to go around this, I believe. If I edit it real quick, maybe we can make that happen. Because honestly, this dot right there, this would be the way that I could actually see it happening at this point. And because of that, I tend to kind of ignore these red ones over here and think that there must be another place where it goes right through. So that projection line is more reasonable, right? In fact, I'm going to make a new one just because this projection line is the one that I can demonstrate logic. A new one, maybe from here, new feature, draw a line or shape. Maybe from here to here, there's another possible. Let me just hit the enter key, and then I'll color this purple as well. I think I'll make this a little bit thicker because I think it's more reasonable to say that if they're going to do all that carving, they're not going to have a curve like that. And I can show you this. I can share it with you. You can take a look yourself. Now the blue line up here is actually the string of pearls Mauritania. Now, if you've been paying attention to Randall Carlson, they pointed out a long time ago. I actually kind of figured this out myself, but they had already had a nice slide which I was using. The Tenamore crater is there. The name of this other crater, I have it nice and it's right here. It's called the Temimichat crater, or the Temimichat Galaman crater. It's right up here. It's a straight line. And so talking about string of pearls, we do have one more crater over here called the, where is it? I wrote it down. Awalol crater. So this crater is over here, and I finally figured out how to find it all the time. I always got mixed up, could never show you. The thing is that if these craters or these impact strikes are related, and I do believe that that is a crater in the middle that took out whatever civilization was living in there. Now I'm going to get rid of this for now, but I did want to just say that it... Okay, that says potential spam, but hold on for a moment. Spam call. Yes? Who? Morales? Yeah, I think you got the wrong number and I'm in a meeting, so sorry. Send me a text message. Thank you. Bye. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, unfortunately I have to answer my calls today. Something's going on, and I'm sorry about that. I might edit that out later. So there we go. We're back to, let me see if I have any chats. I got a red light on the, okay, I got 2 thumbs up. That's nice. Thank you for those. But I don't really want to pay attention to chat. I just wanted to not ignore people if they were chatting. I just can't do the 90-minute thing. Let's get rid of the, that is the, where's the purple line? Sorry, I was going to get rid of the blue line, which is the string of pearls, Mauritania. So let's get that out of there. And then we can hide this. I think I have everything else showing. The ridges are not showing. Let me get rid of those ridges, but you take one more look, and I'll let you know where it crosses those ridges. And the green line over there hiding, let me just get rid of this. The green line, that's kind of important, and I'll tell you why. Because if you follow the outline of the Richat structure, the shoreline is visible up to about here. It's kind of tough. You have a big layer of sand that's going about 300 feet from down below up to the top of the ridge. And I think it's more than 300 feet. I think it's about 800 feet. But what I'm trying to say is that this area is probably the same as this area, the same height. And we can take a quick look at the topographic to make sure. But look at that. Yeah, I think that it's true. No, it's not true. This shoreline over here is a little lower than this up here. So you can see the shoreline sticking through. Now I do have the map there, but you can see this, and you can see over here it's about, the orange is about 1,500 feet above sea level. And so it comes out quite far, and then you can see it drops off. So that's where I designated over here with this. And yeah, it keeps going down and around, but I'm kind of hugging this side anyway. So we just need to really be able to get between here and here. Now, Plato, of course, wrote that the entry point was a tunnel. So if this were Atlantis, then and by the way, you do have a cut through right about there, but people are driving over here. We can see that there might be no straight lines, right? There might be a curve there, but if it's like what Plato wrote, there was a tunnel. Now, if this was an open water area, which I'm not against, I think it must have come up against this ridge, because that ridge is quite high, and if it went over it, maybe that ridge was added later, but I don't believe so. It's big enough that it couldn't have really been added by modern day humans, in my opinion. But lots of weird stuff's going on. I found out that there's this underground city in Chinguetti over here. Where's Chinguetti? Chinguetti is right about here. Right about, I think that's the road, right about here. And by the way, that makes a good reason. Where is Chinguetti? Where is Chinguetti? Let's find it. Okay, it's over here. So, I mean, there could have been a canal going through here creating this ancient town. The maps that I've shown in the past, the ancient maps, show Huadan and a river leading to it. So, I mean, if you have a river leading to Huadan and it's not over here on the north side, where is it going to be? It's probably this, honestly, there may have been a river that went up to this point and then got confusing, but how can they put Huadan, Hoden, H-O-D-E-N, in all those ancient maps? I'm pretty sure Huadan is Huadan. I really think that's Huadan right there. So this must have been part of some river that went past there, if those things have a direct. And now if Huadan is just this famous city that the map makers were putting there, and they knew that the river went past it, but then you had to take a camel for 2 days, then it's a different story. So let's get rid of the purple, and so we can look at these reds. These reds are what I've really found. Okay, so I'm gonna, I guess we can make it goes to sleep. What is that? That's the new one. Let's get rid of that. This one, this purple one is, where's that? It's called the projection line. Let's get rid of that. And now let's look at these rivers one more time, and then I'll end the video. So, and if people have questions, they can ask questions really quick. I don't have any at this time, but it's fine if you want to let me keep talking. So, as I showed, there really wasn't much trace from here to the Atlantic Ocean. And honestly, it's pointing at the Senegal River. So if it were to trickle down through here, and I believe that I used to think this was the destination for an ancient sea, but we do have an ancient shoreline. However, I don't know how old that is, and I believe that there must have been a time when this was full of water because of the way civilization is acting near it over here and all this shoreline up here. So that may have been an exit point. But if it were, then it would also still have to get over to the Senegal or the Atlantic. I believe that since we see things that show rivers coming through here, we also see, I think, I have a friend who has bathymetry information showing a river coming out here. I think that there's a historical, and you can even see it out here. Not on this one, but on the bathymetry, you see it coming out. Right here is the ancient shoreline for 400 feet lower, and the rivers that used to be here, Taman was set mainly right here. On the bathymetry app, you can really see some ridges. Now these are all blurry, but on the bathymetry app, and I guess I could find that real quick if I wanted to. Is that history or is that business? History probably. Let's go down history and see if it's there. I'm not seeing it. Sorry, I got a lot of stuff, so it's probably business. Oh, is it maps? Maybe it's maps. There it is. Yeah, it ended up under maps, and I found it. Lucky me. Lucky me. Now what? Okay, let's get rid of this. Yeah, luckily we still have the Richat right there, don't we? And I just want to show you these ridges one more time. Of course, you can go there by yourself. I think you have to sign in, though. But if you go out here, you can definitely see a lot of different water exit points. Ancient, multiple here, here. I honestly believe they must have had two rivers because of the way this looks. I mean, you've got a delta, like the... Let's go over and look at the delta in the Nile. Although that is the... And let's see what the delta in the Nile looks like. So there it is. And, well, that's a whole mess. You got all sorts of stuff going on out there. Who knows what's happening? And this is all white. I don't know what's going on. Where's the actual exit? This whole thing's a delta. This is not as good as the other one. Maybe we could find another river that's exiting and use that as an example. Because how about the Senegal River? Where's Senegal? Oh, it's up here. It exits right there. Okay, so the Senegal River, as you can see, it's only really has one exit point here now, but you can see ancient exit lines here, here, here. I mean, you see it everywhere. There's things happening everywhere. So there may have been exit rivers that were coming out everywhere. But look at this big one right here, and look at this. Actually, I used to think this was the scraping of the big bedrock that Dakar is. And I'm not going to make any claims about that. But let's get back to the topic at hand. You really just have this one area to get out of the Richat concentric circles, which right now is leading into the Richat. Water will trickle in and probably go into the sand. But if you go down here, you can see that if water did come this way, it would have hit this, and the difference here, green, yellow, 300, 500, 200 feet, a 200-foot ridge. Now this one here is about 800 feet deep at the deepest part over here. This is a little closer. I mean, when you look at the whole thing, you can see that this whole shoreline is a little lower. Maybe there was an entry point here. You can see something going on here. But if it were, it's buried, and I don't believe it's really the direction that is... I mean, this is the big gap, right? And I really feel that if they're keeping everything in one piece, they're not going to make two. Although, who knows? You know, I'm not really interested in guessing anymore. Oh, I got a message. I'm just going to put that over here into this spot. I don't like Facebook giving away all my private info. What else do I need to hide? We can hide the thumbnail. We can hide this thumbnail. We don't need that. And I want to get back to showing you the lines at hand. So I pretty much went over this long one. I'll do it again real quick, but let's go back up here and take a look at what we can find. So I followed the ridge. You can see it quite clearly here. And you see that one cut through maybe here. Now, let's not get too long. I don't see any information. I just put the line so I could see it from far away. And this one as well, it seems like there's a curved, if you get in there, it seems like there's a canal. And if you want to measure it, you can measure it. It's about, I think it's more than 100 feet. It's more like 163 feet. It's still pretty short, you know. It's still like the same widths as those other ones. If I follow these rocks, we can probably get it down to 100, 133. Here you see some stuff, but those are probably, let's be honest, those could be trees. And that's the reason why my line got longer. Let me show you that real quick, because you know, you follow these canals. Let me just go back to the parallel canal that I walked through. Now, if you take a road from Atar, where's Atar? Oh, there's Atar way up there. So you have to go up the road here. There is a road down here I discovered, but going down this road, you get into this canal, this straight cut that's about 10 kilometers long at least, and it's full of trees. Now, there's just pure rock on both sides. This is a bedrock. This is the Adrar Plateau, and that's why it's so significant that this thing is so straight, because it's not like it was going through dirt or soil. It was going through rock. Usually when you see rivers going through bedrock, they don't go straight. Here's an example right here. This is going through bedrock. That's not straight. Now, that's probably a natural one. You can see a few other rivers. And all of these waterways, they're not straight. They're not straight. And then you have a second one that's pretty parallel, not exactly, but almost parallel within a degree. So when I talk about these okay, now I'm changing the subject. When I talk about this thing being so straight, that's another reason why I believe it's not natural. Okay, let me get over here to the other ridge. Now this thing, it's actually not the same color. There's a couple of breakthroughs too. So there may have been something going on here. You kind of see a possible covered up canal to about here. And I thought I wanted to mention that in my map. It's very, you see this line going across the desert, and then it meets another part where it's provable canal. These ridges, they seem like they were kind of unnaturally put on top of the mountain. The ridge is over here, actually. It meets up. The ridge meets up with the... Okay, first of all, let's figure out where we are. This, if you know my Rudolph, that little nose where you can see what's two unnatural mountains, a saddle of 3 points with ridges cuts through them, with quarry cuts, I say, or maybe quarry roads going right between. You can see this very clearly there, but it starts the ridge and goes across, and it comes out. Let's take a look. You can see it. There may have been a river right going through here, but where does it get through? That was my question. Maybe down in here into the big canal. Possibly. This is all material that got in the way. But you've got this ridge that's higher than anything right here. This ridge is as high as the drawer, so a cut through here makes sense. In fact, I should probably put a feature. Let me do that real quick while I'm talking about it. This is a line, so I'm just going to put something like this, and maybe in red, to show how it got over to this canal. Because I really believe that this that's one of the only ways. But we still have this canal over here, and this canal here, it comes over and falls into this very long, like 60-kilometer long perpendicular canal itself. If it's full of water, it's very long, very wide. This is called the White Valley, and if that's emptying out into it, then it's got to go that way, and we see a canal going through here, 50 miles long. This is 50 miles, don't forget it. I mean, it's not just a few feet. And the only reason why I think it stops here is because it hits the sand, and we have either open water, ancient lake, ancient ocean, or we've got 51 miles, or we've got a canal that got disappeared under the sand. And let's be honest, and let's be clear that this area that you can see the red line will kill the distance, but that's a yellow line. But when you see this, it's going across the Adrar. This was the hard part. I was looking at this since my very first experience looking at it, thinking the water came out of here. Where did it go? It went this way towards the ocean, I thought. There was a river going straight, I thought. But I spent 3 or 4 years not finding any sign of a river. I mean, you have this thing, but really, when you get close, you don't really see anything cutting through. I want to be honest about that. This red line, I should change the color, because the other red lines are at cut-through points. You've got a cut-through point right here. You've got a cut-through point right there. And then over here, you've got cut-through points going through that same ridge. Although that ridge does get a little weird. It seems to go over here. Maybe there's a canal coming through here or something. Because, but if there were, and by the way, there's another, never mind. If there were, this really does seem like there was something going on. And I didn't put the red line right on top of it. So it went through here, but you can see what looks like it could have been a canal. And you see the ridges, I say canal ridges. Let's make it clear. There's a lot of what look like roads, but they have these ridges on both sides. It could have been holding a canal. And you can see it still right there. And so the red line is not right on top of it. And then you can kind of see that this is a natural flow of river or water, and it continues. And you can kind of see here where it may have cut through the rock. And you see here where it can continue. So the red line is following this line to about here. I think I went past it a little bit. Maybe there was some reason. Actually, this thing. There you go. So yeah, you've got a cut rock and what looks like a residue. If you go close, you can see both sides of it. And then later on, it gets over here. Let me just make it clear. There was one more cut. I got to kind of, I don't know why I took it so far. I believe I took it a little too far. Oh, maybe because of this. Maybe because of this, it seemed like it was going along this side. It is a straight line, right? Now maybe it went through here. Maybe this is it right here. It's so hard to see, and then it disappears after this. So let's not make this so long. Let me edit that, and we'll get it a little closer to about here. And I think that maybe they came together or something, because over here, this was where it would have entered into like a big, huge area. Oh, now I'm getting red. I got to keep this short. Let's find the conversation. I do want to check and see if anybody mentioned anything. Where is it? Did I close it? I think I might have accidentally closed the conversations over here. Where is that? Here? It's got to be here. There we are. Foxquate, hello. 360 Odyssey, hi. Not going to talk much longer. But I don't know if you saw the previous video. It looks like we could have had another cut through right here. Although that's pretty skinny. we're finding that these things are about 100 feet wide. Let me go over that one more time since I've got people saying hello, and then we'll probably end the video. I've got some things to do today, and it's almost noon. 10 minutes away from being noon. Okay, so this is where we discovered it. I went a little farther past that point, and I'll move that out of the way for you. I'll just kind of move these off there, and you can kind of see. Let's go below it, because I think that my line follows the other side. So once you get to this side of the Adrar Plateau, it kind of disappears. And like I said again, I do believe that there's different ways people could have gotten through. That's one way. Is that one of the ways? You know, there's a lot of these little crevices that could have gotten covered up in the floods. But you can see that here in these higher mountains, do I need to show? I'll show the topography on that a little later, but you're getting, okay, I can't move that out of the way. There we go. You're getting the canal. You can see it from here, so I'm going to stay out here. It does turn into more of a line. It cuts through here, and then out here it turns into more of a line. But this is a spot where you can really still see the meetings through the bedrock. This is one way here. It looks like, you know, you see little dots here. Could it be rock? Could it be a tree? Those look like two trees, but then, yeah, there could be bedrock. Maybe it's just a bank of sand that got in the way, because we're really not seeing exactly where, but you follow the line, and yeah, things could have flown on top of it during a flood. Through here. There was one more I kind of ignored that I just kind of smoothed over. That's definitely one there. It seems like right there and through here you get a few points of higher sand, but you don't really, and you see the gray stuff, you think it's bedrock, but do you notice that it follows the sand dunes? Why, thank you, 360. It's, yeah, confirming it's a live feed. It is a live feed. Yeah, I just saw a scam feed from what appeared to be Tesla, and I was like, that is a scam, and I reported it. Actually, this is a 50-mile route. Maybe it's going to be a little tough to go and document this. I mean, look at it. Let's just be honest. It's very clear from here that that's going through. So, I mean, there are roads, and I want to show you a picture I took, a screenshot. Is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. And these are roads. Okay, they're dirt roads, but they're roads. And look at how they're about 50 miles apart. If you look at the 3 kilometer, wait, I was wrong. 3 kilometers. So this is 3 kilometers. They're about 8 kilometers apart. And they go straight. They're a little zigzaggy, but I guess it's a government thing. Ignore that line. That's not the same thing. And I can't move this. This is a screenshot, but you see the symmetry involved in these roads. So this road here, I believe I found it. I can't do any of this. A photograph. This is the thumbnail. Love the porn bot, right? Love the porn bot. Hid his messages. Okay, so as you can see, it goes right through there, and it continues out with a straight line, and you can see both sides of the ridge. And I just want to show you my final point. Okay, so you can kind of see the line there. And here, you've got to go through. So the question is, do you see anything in the way? That looks like the canal right there. The line is over there. I moved it out of the way. And following through, it looks like it goes right through there. You know, we could be seeing bedrock, or we could be seeing just a bank of sand that's got a discoloration, but we can see it's going through there. You're getting bedrock on the right, you're getting bedrock on the left, but you still see, like, that's a tree, that's a tree, that's a tree. The trees follow the old canals. You can see it here, that it got a bunch of plants or something in there, but not bedrock. It's been cut on both sides. And we'll see more of that. Now, there's a line there, but we have it over here. Wait a minute, I guess that's the line, right? We're following the line. Where is it? You can still see this line cutting through. here it's getting kind of hard to see. And, you know, maybe something's turned, but later on down the line. Okay, so I got the red line right on it, actually. So the line was right there. So it kind of shifted over because I haven't been moving this out of the way. I didn't move it out of the way up here. I moved it out of the way down there. So it's kind of right on top of it. Where are we going? And you have this part here where it goes out, very clear, into an open new floodplain. You can follow the line. It cuts through here. Now we're really seeing it clear again, right? And we still have a ways to go because this part right here, I mean, let's see how far we still have to go. We're still about only halfway through, actually, not even. So we still have a lot of Adrar Mountain, a lot of flooding. Alrighty, I'm really not going to be able to stay too much. I see messages that I have to take care of. There's another cut through. Look at this one. This is something I was looking at. Very interesting. You can see this probably went around that. Is that a tree? Where's the cut through? We'll find it. It's not over here, so it must be in between there where these trees are. The big trees follow the old ancient waterways. I would be willing to say that this is it right here, just because of what my experience is. All right, still got a ways to go, but we've got several other cut-throughs we can show. It goes across this area here. I'm assuming this is all covered over with flood because we do get here, it opens up again. You can see what looks like ancient quarrying covered by sand on both sides. That looks like it's a tree. So we're going through. We've got trees scattered in the way. We're going to find more cut-throughs, though, in a moment. Right here. There's one right there. I moved the line out of the way. So just see that there's bedrock. It looks like it's 100 feet, too. We're following this river. Well, not really a river, but a line. I guess we could still call it a river because the water followed it. So here it comes out, and it looks like it may go right through here. We're kind of losing it a little bit. Maybe my red line is better. But if we back out, we quickly find it again. Do we? Or do we not? We find a couple more, and then this part, forget it. It's pure sand right there. But over here, it starts back up. We kind of see here, like, look right there. Where was that? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's there. I mean, this is like little... These are sand dunes on top of a floodplain. So the sand dunes are going to cover everything up. But right over here, we get a little bit more showing. We kind of see a river over there on that side. But we also see over here, and there used to... It looks like something came right up here. You know, I honestly think that this thing joined right here. We can see a river entering here. I moved that out of the way, but you can see it right here and right here. So it forks apart, and it seems like there's one there. It's all covered in sand, right? But you can kind of see it, and you can see this one over here. And they separate and go their own different directions, and maybe there was one here. And that's about it. Now, there is the reason why I extended out this far. I'm going to show you exactly why. Is because I kind of had a line, but then we get a line of trees. And when I saw that line of trees, I felt like that was it. Where's my line of trees? Okay, you see it right there. And where's that final one? Where are those lines of trees? Okay, so we have one more cut through we can see. Right about, let's find it. I think that's the canal. And the final cut through, I'm seeing lines. I see it here. I mean, who's to say it wasn't full of water out here? It looks like we're on still some kind of a piece of bedrock here. That's a sand dune coming through here. But the one thing you see in the very end are these very few trees right there in a line. So that's why I chose that. But back here, you still see more trees in a line, right here. And that's why I decided that must have been our canal. You can kind of see bedrock flattened out here, bedrock there. I'm buffering, huh? Well, that's okay. I'm done anyways. I just wanted to show you. I don't know why it's buffering. I'm getting a green light on the OBS over here. The OBS now, it turns red right there. So yeah, maybe I should reboot my computer more before starting these live streams. I think that has something to do with it. But we're pretty much finished. I think that if you look at the different ways it could have gone, remember there's a ridge here as well. So I think it went right through there, cut through the ridge, and then went along this edge, and then entered the Richat structure. If you get really close, you can see there's some areas that look like, I mean, honestly, that's gray sand. I know, I don't know what to say. All the live channels work perfectly. This one is flat out buffering. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Gastagav. Thank you, though, for your thumbs up. And I'm pretty much done. So there you go. I definitely am having to rethink how I'm doing these videos. There's lots of changes in YouTube. You can see this ancient shoreline, and you can see it under the sand right about here. You can see the cliffs there. You can see the cliffs over here. And you can see a little point there. So I just kind of assume that it's covered in sand, especially since sand is filling this whole area here and getting down on top of what was more of a natural Richat structure ridge. All right, that sounds like pretty much all I wanted to say. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. Don't forget, I've been looking at this place for 12 years. Back in September 12th, 2009, I decided I wanted to go there and check it out. I've been there twice. If you're interested in going there, talk to me, and maybe we can even go there at the same time, because I'm looking at a trip in January, but unfortunately, some stuff just happened. I might have to put my trip off. I'm not going to lie, but I can still help you get to where you want to go. You want to go to the Richat structure? Talk to me and I'll tell you how to get there. If you have any quick questions, ask them now. I'm going to, even if I don't answer them before I log off, I'm logging off. I'm out of here. Have a good one.